Hey, loved ones. Financial Wellness Friday. But we should be about the bag every day. As I promised, even though it is 8 o'clock, I don't stop until I do what I said I'm going to do. So I just wanted to give you guys the rundown on these tips and tools before we get into shopping and spending money and all this stuff for the holiday season. Some easy things that you can put into play right now to get ready for next year so we can increase the bag. And I'm just going to kind of run through these. I will have these typed up sometime next week for you guys. I'll put it up on the site so you can have these for free. And then we have something coming out to help us all manage money as well as try to make some more money. So stay tuned. But I'm just going to kind of jump into this list and give this to you guys so we can all get back to Friday, which is pregame for Saturday. This Friday is pregame for Saturday. So number one is stop using payday loans. Somebody approached me and asked me if that was a good thing. No, payday loans are never a good thing to do. I don't care what type of crunch it is. Call, make arrangements. I've helped several people get ready to get on that phone call and, hi, how are you? I need to schedule a plan. Yes, you can do it. Don't do payday loans. It's horrible. Pay yourself first every 2 weeks with a Roth IRA or a 401k. This is very, very important, guys. Everybody varies on what they choose to do. Some people that I have talked with express that, they know it's important and they put money. A lot of people, though, to my surprise, do not do this, and it's an easy way to make free money. You're not really going to miss the money you put away, and most employers will match you, which is what you don't know. So make sure you guys are checking your financial benefits at work. There's a lot of benefits that you have to being employed, and one of them is having that 401k matched, but the other one is being able to get certain discounts and things like places from places like Verizon, which is big on discounts. So make sure that you guys are paying yourself. You work every day, pay yourself, and get the money that your employer has for you. They're giving it away. If you're not getting it, somebody else can, or they just put it back into their surplus. If you don't like a 401k, I would suggest a Roth IRA. There are low requirements to open. You don't even have to do it through your job. If you're self-employed, you definitely need to have one of these, and you can set it up independently at any financial institution. Next is don't put money in the safe deposit box or at the post office box. It's not insured. There's no way to quantify the cash that you're keeping in there, and there's no part of your contract that tells you that they are insuring those contents. In fact, on mostly all of the safe deposit disclosures I've seen, they tell you do not put cash. So, like I always tell my clients, I have about 20 years in the finance industry, and I always tell people, I know you going in there sneaking that money, but if my people tell me you sneaking that money in there, I'm going to tell them to tell you to take it out because it's not insured. So make sure that you guys are not putting money in safe deposit boxes or post office boxes. And quite frankly, it's time to get out of the antiquated system of money under the mattress as well. If your house burned down, if you get robbed, if you have a flood, if you have a fire, I can't even barely breathe here in California. And I can guarantee you, them peoples who had their monies in them mattresses, bye, gone, toodaloo, nothing. They ain't walk away with Fashion Nova, or no fashionable money. They broke. So make sure you're not putting your money under the mattress. You really should engage in having a bank, but should you choose not to do that, at least get a fireproof safe. You can order these everywhere from Amazon to the Armory store. Just take care of business and secure the bag the real way. Next, of course, is keep the change. Set up a keep the change jar. Put all your change in there and use that for your annual vacation, trips, things that come up that are planned. This is not for those one-off emergencies. I need $2 for gas. We got to just get it together. If you at the $2 for gas point, there's a different conversation that needs to be had. But for everyone else who's at least financially sound enough to kind of like be in balance every month, you got a little bit of something. You definitely want to be keeping the change. Stop giving it back out, keeping it in your purse. Gather it up and put it somewhere focused and intentional, and then label it. Have a purpose for your pennies. I guarantee you the money adds up faster than you think, and it'll do you justice later on when them kids' birthdays come, weddings, novice activities, or other things like grad nights for your nieces, nephews, and thems. It's going to come in handy. Also, Remember to check those auto pays, you guys. I'm going to get this list out for y'all on the website, tillforever.org. It'll be the next freebie that comes up. But in the meantime, I need you guys to check your auto pays. This is the best time of year to break contract. I'm telling y'all, people want to make money with reoccurring sales. They want you to continue to pay every month. So if you are threatening to take your money away, that is going to make the provider of whatever service you're paying for pay attention, and most likely, especially at this time of year, they will offer you a deal. You have to be fiscally sound. Like I've been telling you guys for the past few weeks, it is an investment. You are an investment. You need to leverage your assets with your investments. Now, if you are an investment, that means you must be or have some assets. Your money, your time, your attention, your subscription, your clicking and your participation is an asset to these places. Leverage that. Stop just letting them charge you whatever they're going to charge you forever to just keep giving you the same old thing. Because when you first got hip to them, they gave you something that made you want to come over. I know it for a fact. I don't sign up for nothing without a free 90 days or a discount special or something. So leverage that. Go back to these places and let them know that you are now reconsidering your options. And as soon as you start to reconsider your options, they're going to probably reconsider their prices. Now, if they don't, it's because they legally cannot. It means that they are not doing this across the board, and it's probably written into their business practices, or you just ain't talking to somebody higher up. You know, you have to really have a very good, oh, is there anyone else I can speak to? Type of mannerism about yourself. Be not afraid to ask for managers. Be not afraid to speak to other people. Be not afraid to keep the conversation going until you start to hear what you want to hear, right? So Hulu, Spotify, Sirius are three major key players that will renegotiate price. They offer what I like to call the comebacks. They the comeback queens. They always will have a deal or something kind of sweet, especially Sirius satellite, for you to come back and engage in their services. And if they don't and you can do without it, just leave anyway, and you'll start to get mail and offers to come back. But if you haven't used any service in 90 days, you should just cancel. Check your auto pays, check your card statements, and anything you haven't used for 90 days, cancel it and put that money into the savings jar or your savings account. If you really don't like banks, then just at least get a direct deposit account, and I'll tell you why. On average, I see people who spend $5 every 2 weeks to cash a check with me. Well, not with me, but with my team. They pay to cash the check, and then they turn around and they have to pay to get a money order somewhere. So if you at least are taking care of having a direct deposit account, a few things happen. The account is free. You then get a debit card, which a lot of us need. I'm so tired of people with these prepaid. You grown and you asking somebody else to rent a car because you don't have a card. Get it together, okay? But you would at least have the free account, the debit card, the online access to better track your finances, and then you also would have a couple of things that you don't necessarily know show up. When you go to buy a car, they're running a check verification system. The fact that you can't be found in that system comes across as a negative point towards purchasing the car, and it can affect your rate, because what it says to them is that you are either not mature, professional, or responsible enough to manage a standardized checking account. So why would they want to lend you their whole entire vehicle and you don't have money to pay for it? In addition to that, you could take that $5 and put that away. $5 every 2 weeks. I mean, if you just look at it like $5 every 2 weeks, that's $10 a month, which means there's 12 months in a year. So you're now saving at least $120, not to mention the cost of buying postal money orders or other types of money orders and official checks and cashier's checks. You could easily save quickly $250 by just having a deposit account for payroll purposes. If you fellas are thinking you can't have the account because you owe child support, I'm going to need that to be handled. You need to follow up, call your local child support office. I don't want to blast my resources out, but I will learn more from her about what I can offer you guys to help the fellas who do have this responsibility that is erroneous, because some of you men do take care of your kids and you've been dragged into court for erroneous reasons. All women ain't good women. So I'll be following up on that for you guys. That's my homework. I'll get one of my besties to give me some tips and tools about how you guys can navigate that system. And it'll be mostly for California. If you guys know men in other states who would like that information, let me know. so that she can give us what's accurate to the viewers. Before you try to work with a debt collection agency, I just helped several people this year. This was actually one of my strong counseling points this year. Before you try to work with a debt collection agency, you know, these places that you call and they say, we can consolidate everything into one payment. You don't have to worry about it. Don't do that. I don't care if they say it's free. I don't care what they say. Before you do that, try and solve the issues yourself. We'll have some things coming out again regarding that. But for now, what I will tell you guys is you just need to pick up the phone, call them, ask for the settlement amount. Make sure that you get the full contact information of who you're speaking to, the fax number, the mailing number, and the phone number. And then you'll do two things. You'll write a letter to try and negotiate. Maybe they can erase the interest. Maybe they can take away some penalties and fees. For sure, they can take away something. I cleared away upwards of $20,000 in debt last year within about 5 months because I negotiated most of it off. So it is possible. Yes, it took me a lot of time because I had more things to clear up. And really what happened is I started clearing some things and then some other stuff started popping. And I was like, where are y'all coming from? But I got it all taken care of. And I went from good credit, like good, almost really kind of good, to great credit. So it does work and it does free you up. Next, you'll want to go online for coupons before you're going shopping, especially for major purchases. We just give our money away. You guys hold the key. Y'all got the juice. Y'all are the masters. You are the ones who are making the stores stay in business. You are the ones who are dictating online activity. You know, we as consumers have a lot of untouched power. We just go and buy things and we don't really understand the gravity and the weight of our money. Your money holds things down. Your money is helping families eat. Your money is putting people in business and Maybachs. Your money is helping people purchase homes. Your money is allowing other people to live a quality of life that they desire. So when you go into situations where you're spending your money, you should always be cognizant of that. You should be making sure you're getting as much, if not more than what you're giving, because it's your hard-earned money. If you can save $1, save $1. Go and get the coupons. Check with stores before you shop about price matching. Some places that do price matching usually will offer it for major purchases. Things like TVs, washers, dryers, major appliances, big toys. I know it's Christmas and a lot of you guys are shopping for kids. Make sure that you are price matching. It takes 5 minutes to call a store and say, hey, you know, I found this deal at Walmart that I'm not sure if you guys have. I have them on the phone and I'm just wondering, do you price match? There's about a 47.59 difference and I'd love to do business with you guys, but I don't know if you price match. Okay? Simple as that. If you're using credit cards, don't use the card until you pay the bill. I said it. Pay for whatever you're going to purchase before you make the purchase. If you set this as your standard, you'll stop buying things you can't afford. You'll see very quickly how easily it is to eliminate unnecessary purchases once you limit yourself to only using your card for things that you can pay for in advance. My rule of thumb is half up. I need half off top. If I can't pay for something half off top, I'm not buying it. Now, my one exception, because I'm in a place of financial stability, not free at all, but because I'm in a very good space for my life means and my life income, I do use my card. I use one card out of the several that I have for trips. I don't always pay half, but I do always pay it off before the year. Don't let these balances sit because you're paying interest on interest when you do that, as well as paying for annual fees and other fees that the card carrier may assess. When you're looking at your bill, you may think that you're paying your $30, which is the interest that they've charged, but you're not even covering that. You're covering the minimum. If you've almost maxed a card and you've had it for, let's say, 4 or 5 months, and you're just paying the bare minimum, you're not even touching the balance that you spent. That means the money you're paying them is just what it costs you to have that piece of plastic. You ain't even touched on what you spent. So keep that in mind. If the cards that you're having or the offers that you're receiving are all for about 15% to 24.99%, and none of them are offering any kind of discounts initially, any kind of annual fee waivers or without an annual fee, or at least an introductory discounted rate Do not take the offer. Wait and build your credit. You're not ready. They're going to make it seem very lucrative, and you're going to get a lot of these offers because you're the perfect client. You're going to pay high interest. You're going to spend from what they can tell, and you're going to continue to get more cards. If you change that behavior and you develop a different mentality of waiting until you can get what you are worth, you'll get what you're worth. I had a secured credit card forever, and I refused to get cards until I knew that I could at least have cards that would be, even if they were at 22%, without an annual fee and without some of the extra restrictions and things that they charge you for. So none of my cards have an annual fee. I don't do that. And my cash advance fees, most of them are zero. I think I have one card that has a cash advance fee, but I don't even use it, so it doesn't matter. And since I'm not paying an annual fee, it just reflects like a positive account with a zero balance on my credit report, which shows creditors or gives them the impression that I am credit worthy, I am responsible, I am someone who people are in competition for, and that's what you want to be, is in competition. It's like dating. You want to, or working, or anything else that involves other people. You want to put yourself in the best position possible so that you can be in demand, right? When you carry yourself well and you feel good about yourself and you're confident, and this is for men or women, people are drawn to you. You have more opportunities to date. People want to engage you, and that makes it more of a competitive affair to deal with you because your attention is being pulled in so many directions. Well, this is exactly how you want the creditors to be. They should be fighting for you, not you fighting to get a credit card. If you're fighting to get a credit card, stop and let's just go back to square one and rebuild, okay? If you are in debt, you already got a card, you already used the cards, cut them up. If you're in debt and you're trying to seriously, if you really want to get out of debt, cut up every single card that you have. Don't use it. You can always get these replaced, but don't use any credit until you've paid down all of your debt. I just set up and just cut the cards up, and it was the most freeing thing because I was no longer bound by my own poor decisions. And sometimes that's the best thing for us, is to go against what is comfortable for us, because we are just being an enemy to ourselves by living in that comfort. So make sure that you guys tell your friends and family, if you see somebody who's in debt, don't laugh it off, encourage them like, girl, cut the crap. We can kill this card and you can just still pay down what you are able to pay down every month. And eventually you'll see a difference and you will see your credit worthiness improve, because I guarantee you guys are going to want to buy something. Everything is credit based now. A lot of people I've encountered, both as potential employees and as people who I've consulted as my clients, have asked me what they can do in order to get a job because they're having difficulty getting the job that they want. And I flat out explain, you gotta pay your bills. You need to take care of your credit. If your credit is in an unworthy position, how would an employer know that you can get up for work? If you will take money from someone and not pay it back, what makes me think I can count on you to get up and show up to come in here and work? And don't tell me it's because you need money. Yeah, you needed money to pay your credit card bill and you didn't pay that. So I don't want to hear it. And this is how the creditors feel. So make sure that you guys are trying to have established credit and that you are paying down your debt. It is very important in this day and age. And for people of color, it's one of the biggest hindrances. Everywhere that we go, I can guarantee you your credit worthiness is going to be a part of the conversation. So you might as well just go ahead and get it together. Even if you don't like credit, make sure that yours is in a good position. Anything can happen. And by anything, I mean there can be accidents. You can get hurt and have medical bills. You can be put out of work. You can be in a position where your mom, your loved one, your child has a medical situation, or God forbid, somebody's demise. You can be placed in a situation where you have a golden opportunity to start a business, move, get a house, inherit property, or do any of the sort. And if you are not prepared from a credit perspective, you're going to miss out. So it's not always about what you're ready to use as much as it is being prepared to get whatever's coming to you. Okay. When a lender pulls your credit, keep the report. You have 30 days to utilize that report. These reports are reports that most often we pay for. They're written into the applications for a lot of things like car loans, at the dealership, and a lot of other situations, buying mortgages and properties. It's written into there. So you've paid the fee for this. When they ask you, do you want a copy of the credit report? Yes. Yes, I do. And hi, everybody. Hi, you guys. Thanks for joining. I see you guys. But get a copy of the credit report. And what you're going to do with that credit report is you're going to shop. You're going to go into the dealership and you're going to ask all the good questions. You're going to get all the information. You know, you like the car, you found the car you want, you let them run your credit. They've told you this is the deal that they can make. They're going to tell you you have to sign within the day or two. And you're going to take that credit report and you're going to say, thank you. And then you're going to go next door and farther and farther. And you're going to shop. You're going to shop for the same exact thing until you can get the rate that fits you. By using that credit report, you don't have to worry about having your report pulled again by another creditor within 30 days. All reports are good for 30 days. If you want to get your free credit report, you can do so online. Most of y'all know this, which I hear commonly, and I'm like, great, people know that. But then I'm sad when they explain that they pulled all 3 reports at one time. Listen, y'all, you got to think pragmatically, put your head in the game, right? It's time for us to really level up. When you get your free annual credit report from myfreeannualcreditreport.com, do not print the report from all 3 sites. And I know you're going to say, well, TransUnion, Experian, they don't all report the same information. You should know what your credit is anyway. And who cares? You're just using that as a basis to solve the minimal debt that you can handle. You're not going to be able to do everything all at once. I prepared long before I cleared away that $20,000 last year, and the timing worked out. When I had a situation where I needed to remove some things that I was just going to pay off over time, I was in a position to negotiate, and I had a bit of a savings, and I took an extra job, and I got it paid off. So that's another thing that I will say. Take up a shift. There's so many things that we can be doing. There's Lyft, there's Ease, there's all kinds of driving jobs. There's all kinds of opportunities. There's DoorDash. I've driven and done some of all of them. You know, there's more to do besides just braiding hair and giving cuts. But that's something else you can do. Braid ahead, cut ahead, get ahead. Whatever you have to do, hack into the hustle and get it together. Those extra geets, dollars, coins comes in handy. So you guys build the bag by being about your business, either working for someone else or working for yourself. You just have to put in the extra hours in order to get the money that you need. If you're somebody who's trying to rebuild, secured credit cards do work. We have 2 more items and then I'll be out of you guys' way. Secured credit cards do work. If you aren't established, get a secured credit card. Yes, you're going to have to put the money up. Yes, they're going to take your $400 to $500 and they are going to stash it in an account for you that you can't touch. No, that money is not for your bill every month. Yes, if you charge the card, you're going to have to pay the bill every month. Why this is unreasonable, I don't know for some people. If you can't qualify for an unsecured credit card, you either never established your credit or you messed it up. Either way, why should someone trust you? This is about building accountability, being productive, being responsible, and being educated. So as we do those things and as we show ourselves and others that we're capable of doing those things, the conversation will change. But you got to start somewhere. So get the secure credit card. It's a safe way for you to get there if you are not at a place of good or established credit. And quite frankly, anybody who's over 25 who doesn't have their credit established or who has bad credit, shame on you and you need to get it together. There's literally no reason, and this is America. If you're planning on leaving, then that might not matter. But while you're here, you're going to need credit. So you might as well just go ahead and get it into a good position. It's only going to help you in the long run. Some places that do offer secure credit cards are OpenSky, which was my route because I honestly could not qualify. This is years ago, but I couldn't qualify for any kind of credit card. And it's not that many, but it's a few years ago. I couldn't qualify for any credit card, even secure credit cards. I was trying and no one would give me a card. So I went with OpenSky, which worked out for me. But some other ones that most people will qualify. I had an eviction and I had a judgment. I don't care about being transparent with y'all, but I had those 2 things, plus I had some other crap on my credit. So I had to do the OpenSky. But mostly everybody else, especially people who've never had credit established, you can go to B of A, Capital One, and Chase. I like Chase's card the best from the research that I've done, But if you guys hear of another one, let me know. I'm always willing to share. And then last but not least for tonight, I want to tell you guys the easiest way is, again, stacking the change, the geets, the coins, the guap, the gouda, the cheddar. I don't know, E40 has just been with me all week. I feel like in spirit, he's just with me every day, guiding me and giving me my lingo for the day. Shout out to the educator. But what you can do is bring your lunch. If you bring your lunch to work, on average in a year, you'll save about $2,000, between $2,000 and $2,200. This is if you spend anywhere from like $5 and a little bit under 50 cents, so like $5.45 to like $6.25. So 6 1/4, 5 2/4, anything in that range, then you're going to save about $2,000 to $2,200 in a year. And this is if you were saving this every day in place of buying food out. Now, if you somebody who live in California, you're not really eating at McDonald's for sure every day. If you spending $5, and I'm gonna need you to stop. It's not good for your arteries. But either way, most likely you're probably spending somewhere between $8 and upwards of $15. I just took the $8 route, and you'll save about $3,000 if you are doing that. Now, if you save it in intervals, like every 3 months, you could pay off a credit card bill. You could add money to a trip. You could add money to increase your secured credit card balance, or you can have a savings for the major purchases that you're planning ahead for, like a new car or other things that you need to pay for, or even to start your own business. If you saved up that money so if you just take $2,000, right, there's 4 quarters in a year. So 20 divided by 4, that's 500. There's tons of businesses that you can start for $100 or less. And if you're going to do that, you would then have $400 left to invest in things like your business cards, renting space, utilization of resources, training materials, and gas so that you can get around. You've now just supplemented your income with a business that is your own, that you can brand and build on, as well as you started the business without any hardcore investments or tapping into your credits or your daily cash. It's the easiest thing in the world to just not buy food for a little while so that you can buy into yourself. It's the best investment you can make to save money or to start a business for yourself. And with that, I am building something for you guys. I think maybe next week our financial wellness will be talking more about the benefits of being in business for ourselves. We will talk about brown business, and we're going to talk about some other things that relate to small business. I'm kind of toggling between doing it next week or the week after, but we'll see. I'll talk to a few of you guys offline and get some feedback. If you would be so kind as to drop something in the comments, I would love to get y'all's feedback. It helps so much, and it gives me more direction on where we're going with this community. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you have not, go and get your free time tracker. It is the Time Tackler's Master Blotter. I put up 10 pages for free. I said I was going to take it down at midnight and reduce it to just 3 pages, but I think I'm going to leave it through the weekend because I'm going to have some me time, some self-care and self-love time. So I probably won't see y'all until Monday. In the meantime, go over to the website, tillforever.org, or you can find us on Facebook, The Inspired Life Forever. Find us, follow us, stay in tune. I am still going to do the game and give away some money. That's another part of Financial Wellness Fridays. That'll probably drop next Friday. But in the meantime, you guys go check out the website, get the Time Tackler's Master Blotter. Let me know how it's working to help you be productive and save time so you can have more time to do the things you want or need to do, like getting control of your credit and chasing the bag. You guys have been great. I hope that you all be blessed. Thank you so much, and I will see you soon.